Good evening. Around 50 people remain trapped in a building collapse outside Chennai as an 11-story building came down on late in the evening. In fact, 5 people have died so far. 11 have been rescued so far. It was earlier in the day, in fact, that this building collapsed. 50 people are thought to be missing. The National Disaster Relief Force is deployed. They are trying to get people out of there.
As far as the reasons for the collapse is concerned, it is to be investigated. But whatever is the reason, we will take very strong action.
This is the building that remains now, but police say an adjoining structure, 11-floor building, actually has collapsed. You find rescue work going on, a huge crane lifting the mangled there. And at this point, the National Disaster Management Force from Arakonam base has reached. They're all in full swing, rescuing work. A short while ago, the Chennai Police Commissioner, Mr. George, told us that at one point they have identified 8 workers battling for their lives, trapped under the debris. And now the work is going on to cut those concrete and the metal pieces there and to save their lives. Police say the rescue work is likely to go all through the night. And special rescue equipment from the Chennai Metro Rail, the Chennai Corporation, and also the Tamil Nadu Highways Department have reached here, and experts from the National Disaster Management Force also rescuing in full swing. So at this point in time, we do not know the exact cause for this building collapse. In fact, there was rain in Chennai on Saturday, but at this point, it's not very clear whether the building is legal or illegal, whether the structural stability was okay or not. But police and the government officials say a thorough probe is on and they will really take strict action. Chief Minister Jayalalitha has ordered all the senior officials to camp here to oversee the rescue work, and she's also said that the guilty will be punished. And at this point, certainly the condition of other people we don't know, but most of them are construction workers who are trapped here. And this is a Madurai-based construction company that was building a residential complex, 11-floor residential complex, 2 towers, one of which has actually collapsed. In Chennai, with camera person Edwin, Sam Daniel for NDTV.
Well, Sam joins us now for the very latest on the ground situation. Sam, is there any progress in terms of getting out those people from under the debris?
Well, Vishnu, I come to you from the Sri Ramachandra Medical College Hospital, where at least 11 people who have been rescued are being treated here, and at this point 5 people have been rescued, have been found dead, and police at this point are trying to save 7 more people who have been located struggling for their life, battling for their lives under the debris. So they are removing all the concrete and cutting all the iron pieces there so that they can be saved. But estimates say there were at least 45 to 50 people, most of them construction laborers who were actually living on the ground floor of that building. And many also say there were some public who had taken shelter in that building as it rained at that point in time. So if those estimates are right, there could be anywhere between 30 and 35 people still trapped. So the rescue work is going on in full swing. We have the National Disaster Management Force from Arakonam helping both the fire and rescue teams and the Chennai police in rescue work. It's likely to go on all through the night. Right. So now, at this point, we don't know exactly what's the cause.
From the National Disaster Relief Force on what exactly they are trying to do? Are they trying to use ground penetrating radars to try and get a precise location? Because that situation, as you describe it, is very desperate. Getting these people out.
That's right, because it's a 12-floor, 11-floor building that has collapsed. So they're using sniffer dogs to trace any signs of people trapped there. They're also using those laser high-tech equipment. They're also getting equipment from the Metro Rail Corporation, using every means possible to make sure they'll be able to reach out to lives that are still struggling.
Are they hearing voices?
At this point in time,
are voices being heard, Sam?
Yes, in one case, Vishnu, the police commissioner, has said that they're able to see and hear calls by at least 8 workers in 2 different parts around the building area. So they are first trying to reach out to them, trying to remove the concrete debris there, trying to cut through all the metal reinforcements that remain there in a big level. They also have huge cranes which pull out the debris in a very careful way, besides being assisted by sniffer dogs which help the police to track down any people who are trapped under the debris here.
All right, Sam, now just tell us a little bit more about this building. Was it almost completed? Was it under construction? It's outside Chennai where this took place. Give us some more details of the location and of the building as we know it.
This particular project was coming up around 20 kilometers outside Chennai at a place called Porur, and sources in the Chennai Metropolitan Development Authority say the building was legal. Actually, it had all the papers right, and they suspect there could be something structurally wrong. And it's a kind of a residential complex, 11-floor complex, and it had 2 towers, and one of those towers has actually collapsed, and there are also fears now that the other one could actually collapse because many say it's slanting in a particular angle after this particular incident, and it's a residential complex. But many say in that area most of the other structures are not more than 4 floors. But the Chennai Metropolitan Development officials confirmed that it has all the papers right. So the needle of suspicion is actually towards the structural stability of this building, whether it had all the foundations, the pillars put in a very appropriate manner or not, whether the soil was loose, because it also borders a water body, and that's something many people are looking at, whether the building had a strong foundation or not. And so now one part of that residential complex, one tower has completely collapsed. You can see in those visuals the other structure remaining intact, but many say it's somewhat angular. There is also a possibility of that getting weaker, and
have
possibly
people been evacuated from the second
collapse
building
if things go wrong.
Have people been evacuated from the second building?
Yes, as of now, the police have completely evacuated. Police actually have made that area out of bounds for public and for the press. In fact, we allowed only around 300 meters away from that area, and no worker in the other building at this point in time. But what police hear from the building contractor is that many people had actually made that ground floor as their home, the many construction workers, and they are the ones who are feared to be trapped now. And since it was raining at that time, many public also had taken shelter. So the exact numbers we don't know, but at least in the other building all have been evacuated.
All right, Sam, thanks very much for joining us with those details. We'll keep tracking that story as we get more details. It's a horrific story. At least 50 people, we are told, trapped under the debris of an 11-story building which collapsed on the outskirts of Chennai. My colleague Sam Daniel tracking those details, and also the condition of those who are in a hospital, some of them in a very bad condition.